Hey, happy Friday, Crusaders. Well, you did it. You made it to the end of phase number 1. We're getting ready for phase number 2 here. I wanted to show you what the front of the building looks like so you can get an idea of what arrival is going to be like on Tuesday for all of you in the A1 cohort. When I say follow the dots, it's these yellow dots that we've had painted on the sidewalk. They are 6 feet apart, so you can make sure that there is space between you and the person in front of you, and we can maintain social distancing as we walk to enter the building. I'm just showing you the example of Yellow House here. As we walk along the yellow dots, it brings us here to Yellow House, where we will be set up for our entry protocols at the beginning of the day on Tuesday for Yellow House students. That's just an idea of what it's going to look like on Tuesday. We're so excited to have students back in the building. And we're also really excited to keep going with some amazing online remote instruction for all of you students who are remote only for the remainder of the semester. So whether you're here or you're at home, know that we're here for you and we're happy to help with any questions that you might have. Just reach out to us.
Okay, now let's get into the updates.
Okay, update number 1, schedules. So next week, as you are aware, the schedule is going to change a little bit as we transition to a new phase with hybrid learning occurring in the building. So for all of you students who are coming into the building starting on Tuesday, please know the only thing that you need to know coming into the building is to get to your advisory. You'll go into your house entrance, you'll report to your house hallway and find your advisory there. At that point, your advisor will walk you through your schedule and help you get all set up for the rest of the day. Know that there are plenty of staff available to help you find your advisory. You will not get lost. We'll get you there and it's gonna be okay. And I don't want you worrying about it. Number 1 thing, just get to advisory. For our remote only students, same deal. You're getting to your advisory like you have been doing through your Google Meet. Only next week, starting on Tuesday, our times are shifted earlier to 8:15 as our start. So make sure you get to advisory by 8:15 and your advisor will explain the rest of your day at that point. Okay, so we are aware that all the different tracks and modes of learning can get a little complicated, the different schedules that are out there. We have the phases sheet that you can refer back to. We are also, in addition, sending an email to all of you, separate from this, that will be personalized to you as far as your track, your model, and when you're streaming in, when you're being in attendance in the building, or when you're going to have asynchronous work for each day of the week coming up next week, so that you can look at that as a reference for the entire week on one email. We hope that helps. If you have any questions or concerns, reach out to us. You can also reach out to your guidance counselors, especially if it has to do with your schedule or classes or how to access classes on your schedule. Your teachers are also a great resource. So if you have any questions about how to access your teacher's content or classes, make sure that you're reaching out to them directly. Okay, so we're finally going to have students back in the middle school starting on Tuesday. And what you need to know prior to entering the building, just a couple of things. First off, SNAP. As parents, we need to set up our SNAP accounts as soon as possible. We're asking that all parents complete the SNAP COVID-19 questionnaire today, Friday, as well as on Monday, so that we can test the system and make sure that we're prepared for Tuesday morning. What that system will do is generate a list for us of all students who have completed the COVID-19 screener, so that we can have them ready to go, check in with our safety officer, and get in the building. They won't need a phone or a piece of paper to do that. It'll be pre-printed on a list as long as that COVID-19 questionnaire is completed prior to 7:30 a.m. each morning. It's really important that those are completed before 7:30 a.m. for your child on the day that they are coming to school. If they do not have it completed, we will have to put them in another line to get screened by our healthcare professionals here at the building. It might just delay their entry to the building a little bit, and we're hoping to make it as seamless as possible and have that done prior to the arrival at the building. So again, completed please daily on the days that your child is in school prior to 7:30 a.m. Subpoint number 2 under update number 2. Drop off. We are anticipating more students being dropped off by cars versus buses based on the survey data that we have received from you all. We are, as a result, adjusting our drop-off plan so that there is a bus drop-off area as well as a student drop-off area from cars. And we're going to give you a little look at the map right now so that you can visualize what we're talking about.
As you can see on the top of the screen, all bus traffic will be entering and exiting through the north side of the parking lot. Parent traffic will come in off of Dunderberg Road, following the green line here on the map to the front of the building, where you will drop off your child, who will exit onto the sidewalk and go to the house entrance accordingly. Then cars will stay in line, loop around through the parking lot, and back out where you entered from onto Dunderberg Road.
Okay, so that's what's going on with our drop-off procedures. And the last sub point under update number 2, screening. Just a reminder that if those COVID screeners are not completed, it's imperative that they are so that we can continue with having your child participate in hybrid learning. If they are not completed when they come to the building, students will be screened by our healthcare professionals here at the building, and we will make note of it in the system so they're good to go for the rest of the day. That includes your temperature check and answering the questions that are relevant to the COVID screening. Update number 3, etiquette. All right, so we've had a couple of reminders about etiquette, about making sure that you're dressed for success, you are prepared, and presenting yourself in an academic manner online. Well, there's a couple of adjustments that have been made to policy recently that we want to make you aware of. The first being icons. So your Google icon, which represents you on the digital platform of Google Classroom and Google Meet, on documents that you're working on, that needs to be presented in a professional way, in an academic way, in an academic setting. So it can be one of 3 things. It can be your picture, an appropriate picture of yourself, your face in that icon. You could leave it as the default, which is your initials. That's fine. You can leave it like that. Or it could be a district symbol. So the MW or the Crusader, that's okay if it's district related. However, all other images are now prohibited as student icons. So please be mindful of that and change those icons if that's not what you have currently. All right, update number 4, social distancing and masks. And is the important word there because we are doing both. In accordance and compliance with the Orange County Department of Health, we are making sure that all students and staff comply with the rules of wearing a mask all day and being socially distant all day. Both of those protocols are in place to ensure the safety of everybody in the building, as well as everybody who stays home, to make sure that we can do our part in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. There are mask breaks, and one of the obvious places that that's scheduled into a student's school day is during lunch. At lunch, we're going to take our masks off. We are socially distant. We're going to eat our lunch and enjoy that. We even have a quiet area outside where we can take a mask break and get some fresh air. And that is also going to be at teacher discretion. There are going to be times where teachers are like, all right, let's go down during a study hall or maybe even during the class to go get some fresh air, and that's fine as well. And if you are ever in need of a mask break, all you need to do, similarly to a bathroom break, is raise your hand and let your teacher know, and we will make accommodations accordingly. So I hope that makes clear that we are being super safe, we're socially distancing, and we are wearing our masks throughout the day, and there will be mask breaks as needed. All right, folks, that's all for this week's edition of Updates from Monroe Woodbury Middle School. Thank you all for joining us. It was great to see so many of you coming by and picking up your materials this week. If for whatever reason you didn't get any of the supplies or materials that you needed for next week, just give us a call or send us an email and we'll make arrangements for you. Remember, next Friday at this time, it is gold. The entire district is going gold for pediatric cancer awareness and in the fight to further the research and make sure that no child ever experiences that again in the future. If you are home, if you are in the building, we are all going gold, and I hope you'll join us for a worthy cause. Thank you all. See you next week.
Thank you so much, Crusaders. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday for our Synchronous Monday.